Your ears do not deceive you. We are back and better than ever. How you guys doing? My name is Richie Fike, and I am a grown man. And I have in my presence a teenage crazy person.
Hey, you're supposed to say another word.
It's been a while since we've done this. I'm supposed to say genius.
Yeah, and then instead of old person, you're supposed to say 4-year-old.
Hey. I don't know why age ain't nothing but a number. But listen, yeah, welcome back, man. We're back on the Fike Club. Man, it's been a while. We'll get into why we've been away for so long, but it's been a while since we've been together. And man, Justice, it's good to be back on the mics with you, brother.
It is really good. I'm gonna have to get rid of some rust. Gonna have to be a little bit comedic and be able to clarify my words better. But
did you stretch before we recorded?
Oh no, I have done nothing. You called me and you said, "Hey, let's do a pod," and I did a pod.
You know, as an older man, I've learned the value of stretching. You have to stretch before you do things. Like I listened to this interview with Kobe Bryant. Mm-hmm. It was a Dan Patrick interview with Kobe Bryant, and he asked...
Did you hear about what happened to Dan Patrick?
Yeah, that's right. Shouts out, thoughts and prayers to Dan Patrick. But he did this interview with Kobe where he asked him, what would, older age Kobe say to 19-year-old Kobe coming into the league or whatever? And he said, what advice would you give yourself going into the league? And he said, stretch. That's it. You would think he would have some kind of like words of wisdom, like, man, like just be true to yourself and don't let the haters get... No, he's just like, stretch. And he said that in his early years in the league, he never stretched.
Wow. And
so he, as he got older, that really bit him in the butt.
Yeah, with the torn Achilles.
Yeah, that Achilles and stuff. And so he also said ice bath. Ice bath is a big deal.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that Coach Flores recommends.
I asked your mom if I could buy a big tub that I could fill with ice after my tennis matches, and she just looked at me and walked away. She wouldn't even answer me. I took it as a yes. I've been looking on Amazon for double X, like 2 extra larges, like double extra large ice bath. So if the listeners have any advice for where I can get one, I'd love to know.
Ask Kevin Hart since he has that show.
I know, and we could do that show together.
That would be hilarious.
I like an ice bath. Have you ever done it?
I have never done an ice bath. I've done like the ice bucket thing where like it dumps on your head.
I don't like that.
I thought it was fun.
You get in that ice bath, man, and it's just unbelievable what it does for you. Anyway,
see, I'm a lot like Kevin Hart in the way that if I did it, I would be like, let's just not go fully in because I'm short.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would like it.
Well, Justice, it's been a while since we've gotten together. Part of the reason has been school, which you have 2 days left of your middle school. 2 days left of middle school. Mm-hmm. You're going to be a high schooler in 2 days.
That also means 5 days till football.
What do you mean?
Football starts on like May 30th or something.
Dude.
It's just like, no.
They don't play around at SCS.
Coach Flowers does not play around.
It's not a game.
I'm very scared for the first time a big person hits me.
Yeah, but you're almost done with 8th grade, and it really has been a lot. This 8th grade year, you've had a lot of homework. We've been very busy as a family, and I think Judah being 3 has been kind of one of the big reasons why we haven't just found a rhythm to record these podcasts. We talked about what if right after school on Fridays we come here and we record a podcast, but we can't go see a movie during the week. So it's like we can't see a movie till Friday or Saturday. And then because of all the other stuff we're doing, and I had league tennis. I was in a league this whole spring on Saturdays, and so it just made for like a really, really tough season, and we weren't able. The last time we recorded a podcast,
mid-February,
was after the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness! We didn't even do one for Captain Marvel.
Listen, we're going to get to all that, but yeah. So it's been a while. So to our listeners, you have been more faithful to us than we've been to you, and we apologize.
Yeah, luckily, I don't have anything this summer past 11:30, so I should be fine.
You do have something. He is a 3-year-old terrorist, and he will occupy your time and your space.
It's not that hard.
Hey, we should tell a couple Judah stories since he's getting a little older.
I mean, my only stories with him are him grabbing me and trying to kill me, so...
I'm going to tell you 2 Judah stories for those of you that want to hear it. Here's one. The other night, so Judah is like the master negotiator when it comes to bedtime. Mm-hmm. His bedtime is 8 p.m. Now,
it gets to 10.
How many nights a week does Judah get in bed at 8 p.m.?
When I'm babysitting him.
That's about it, yeah. Because every other time he says to his mom, I want mommy snuggles. I want mommy snuggles. And she can't say no to that. She can't say no to mommy snuggles.
He'll like come up to me like, bro, let's play games. And I'm like, no, it's bed.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Yeah, it's bedtime. No. And so then he'll say, I want iPad, which that's what he calls his iPad, a iPad. He wants to look at the iPad. No, there's no more iPad. And then he'll say, I want Peppa Pig. I want Peppa Pig, which means he wants to watch an episode of Peppa Pig. And so a lot of times we go, okay, one episode. You get one. And he goes, okay, Daddy. And he lays down, and then that episode is over, and he starts crying. Ah! I'm like, what's wrong? I want to Peppa Pig.
For me, I just put the show on, and then I don't bother with him.
This dude, though, so the other night we went through 3 rounds of this. We no iPad, no sir. No more games, no sir. No snuggles, no sir. One episode of Peppa Pig, and then I went back into his room, and he grabbed me by the face, and he looked me right in the eyes, and he said, Daddy. I said, what? He's very serious. Like the most serious face I've ever seen. He goes, I'm not sweepy at all. I was like, that is your problem, little dude. I'm not sweepy at all.
And we were trying to watch a show.
Yeah, it was really funny. So that's one thing about Judah. The other thing, I don't know, you didn't do this. I don't know if the show was a big deal when you were coming up, but Peppa Pig has taken over our lives. And the Peppa Pig language is now part of Judah's language. Like Judah will say to you, hello, Daddy. And you're like, what? And then he'll be like, he'll have Peppa in his hands, and Peppa will go like that.
And
he will look at you and say, what Peppa say? I'm like, hey, bro.
I don't know.
I don't speak. I don't know that language. And then I'll be like, Peppa said go to sleep.
That's so evil.
And they say, no, Peppa didn't say that. So anyway, Judah is cute right now. And if you'd like to babysit him, we will pay you handsomely.
I thought that was my job.
It is your job, but you're going to want breaks.
I would like money.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Negotiation.
Yeah.
I'm not sweepy at all. But listen, we really do want to apologize to our faithful listeners, right, Justice?
Yeah.
Man, we just have been so busy, and we have had so much on our plates, and so many people have texted and sent emails and threats telling us you better get back onto my podcast.
No more excuses.
Yeah, and so listen, we just honestly, we thought we should cover some of the things that we've missed since the last time we podcasted. It's really been a long time, and first of all, we want to apologize. And second of all, we just want to say that since we've been gone, we've seen movies and TV, we're back in the show, But now you can, you got what you want. We're sorry we've been gone. Yes, we are sorry that we've been gone. Mea culpa. Mea culpa.
What does that mean?
It means It means it's my fault. It means I take the blame. Mea culpa.
Yeah, it was really your fault.
I am culpable. That's what it means.
Truly your fault.
Mea culpa.
None of my fault. Just you.
So Justice, okay. That if you're wondering what that sound was, that was the sound of a grown man being thrown under a bus. Thanks for that. Justice, I thought we would go through some of the movies that we have actually watched and not covered on this podcast since we've been gone. And so I'm just going to say the movie and then maybe give a 2 or 3 sentence review and like how many stars you think you would give it out of 5. Okay?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Is that okay?
Putting me on the spot, but let's go.
Yeah, because you know how you feel about these movies months later. Your feelings haven't changed, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, all right. So let's start with Aquaman.
Really good, but not Marvel. Out of 10?
Out of 5.
Oh, I like 10 better, but we'll go 5. A 3.5.
3.5. So you would give it a 7 out of 10?
Yeah.
See how that math works? Okay, I would give that movie a strong 8.5 out of 10. So I don't know what that is. Let's do 10. We'll do out of 10 because I don't like the math. 8.5 out of 10, and here's why. It was maybe one of the most ambitious movies I have ever seen. They really attempted to do a lot with a little. Like they gave you 7 different like underwater kingdoms, right?
But they didn't explain any of it.
Well, but they're letting you know that it's not just underwater and on top of the sea. That even under the water, there's kingdoms and people are in charge. And anyway, I thought it was good. The only thing that I'll remember about that movie for the rest of my life is how silly I thought the hair was. The underwater hair, the way the water would kind of people's hair would kind of wave in the water, and I just thought that's not necessary. And then they would come out of the water hair was perfect. You got out of the water, perfect hair. And I just thought, that's stupid. So that was the one thing I'll remember. Anyway, 8.5 stars. Okay. Captain Marvel.
6.5 out of 10. One of the worst Marvel films, but still better than most of the DC films.
Okay, well, you need to unpack that. Why would you say that it's one of the worst Marvel films?
So, I feel like it was terrible timing for the movie. Because I'm like, oh, it's 2 months, or not even 2 months, literally a month till I get to see Endgame.
Yeah.
Let's just get there. And then I can have a Captain Marvel story. I don't, like, at that point in time, to just say, hey, you know this Infinity War thing? We're just going to go back to the 90s real quick. It was like, okay. And it felt like the definition of meh for a Marvel movie. It wasn't historically bad like Thor: The Dark World.
That's the worst.
It wasn't really good like Captain America,
Civil War,
and
Winter Soldier. Yeah,
it was just meh.
I totally agree. I fell asleep in it. Like it was so boring.
It was the only Marvel film you can fall asleep other than Thor: The Dark World.
And probably, sorry to be a spoiler, but probably the dumbest. Little Easter egg moment, the way that Nick Fury loses his eye was so dumb. Remember that?
And that was like the only thing memorable about the film.
It was so dumb, and I was like, really? That's why? So anyway,
and then we never see the cat again. Like you should have at least played up to the cat.
The cat wasn't even in. Was the cat in Avengers: Infinity War?
No.
I wonder if it was. You know who was? Howard the Duck.
Yeah, Howard the Duck was in it.
Isn't that weird?
It's just like, why?
Okay, so I'm 100% with you, although I would go further down. I would give it like a 4 out of 10. Like, to me, I prefer Thor: The Dark World over that movie.
That's insane.
100%. Didn't love it. Didn't like it. And I really think that Brie Larson is boring. Sorry.
She's a boring person.
It's not because she's female. I don't care that she was female. There are females that are absolutely incredible and believable. Scarlett Johansson does a great job as her her role.
She was amazing.
Brie Larson's just kind of boring.
I don't see how you can build off of her. Tom Holland and Chadwick Boseman are going to have to do great for this next phase.
Yeah. Okay, so I gave that one a 4. Fighting with my family. Do you remember this movie?
I do.
So we got so excited about this movie because it's a story of...
It's wrestling, and if you don't know, me and my dad are huge wrestling fans.
Yeah.
If not, this movie wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Gonna be honest, this was probably the worst movie out of those movies. 4 out of 10.
Really?
It was the best you can do with a wrestling movie.
Yeah, I thought it was sweet. I thought it was a good movie. It just depended on your expectations. I give it a 6 or a 7. I thought that
I wanted more of NXT.
Yeah. I didn't really believe the lead actress.
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
I didn't believe her. You know who's good in that though is Vince Vaughn. He's really good in that movie. Mm-hmm. And the dad. I really liked the dad.
Yeah, the dad was really good.
I thought all the scenes with their family were really good. Mm-hmm. Like, I liked those. So.
Those people meshed, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So, would you give it a 4?
4.
Wow. Okay, how about Shazam?
Shazam, 8. Best DC movie so far.
Wow.
Beats Wonder Woman. I would give Wonder Woman a 7.5.
Okay.
And I feel like the reason Shazam works is because of the comedy and them realizing, hey, we understood we messed up in this first half of this DC franchise. Let's move on. Let's go lighthearted.
What do you think you'll remember from that movie?
Definitely just because I sort of know like how it feels to be in middle school in that aspect.
Yeah.
So I think him and then oh, I'm an adult now, haha. Let's do some stupid things.
Yeah.
I can sort of relate to that a bit.
Right. I thought it was good. I'm right with you. 7.5, 8, somewhere around there. Laughed a lot. Really enjoyed it. My favorite part was towards the end of the movie where
I feel like the ending was dumb.
Where there's multiple Shazams.
I thought that was dumb.
I love that because I think it expands the universe. I thought that was pretty cool. So anyway, okay, Shazam, and then the big one. Avengers Infinity War. I cannot believe that we didn't do a whole episode on this movie.
I'm really upset.
Yeah.
I'm going to do 2 paragraphs on this.
Give me 2 paragraphs. Go for it.
Am I allowed to spoil things?
Yeah, it's been weeks. So
all right.
Go ahead.
This is the most perfect film you can do. 10 out of 10. This should be the #1 grossing film all time.
I think it is, right? Isn't it already?
It's not. Avatar's still #1. So
okay.
Please go buy tickets because nobody likes Avatar. So this film is the closest you can get to perfection. In my eyes, it is perfection. It's the ending of 22 films. And if you really don't know anything about the franchise, I would encourage you to go watch the biggest hitters, like the big ones would be Iron Man, the Iron Mans, the Captain America, the Thor, and then the Avengers, and you'll be fine. So just go see it. It's perfect. To not go into spoilers, there's one aspect of the film that makes it almost not a 10, and that's the time travel.
Yeah, so this is my major quibble with the movie.
But other than that, and then with the new Spider-Man trailer, they sort of ironed it out, which I like. With the multiverse thing, and it was multiverse theory, which I was telling you. It's multiverse
I'm
theory.
going to need further explanation on this whole multiverse thing, because any way you slice it, if you take Thanos from 2012, and he leaves 2012 and goes to 2024, and we kill him...
That creates a complete different universe.
But that's fine. But which universe are we in?
So
there's only one Thanos.
So in the comics there's it's a multiverse, but the one that they call, and they've mentioned it. They mentioned it in the Far From Home trailer. We're on Earth 616 in the Marvel universe, and then
what does 616 mean?
Random number.
Okay, so I'm just gonna hold my judgment because there's 2 things that are gonna convince me that it was a 10 out of 10, or it was either a 10 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10 for me.
Serious?
100%, because what they did with Captain America, love the idea. I don't know if I believe in the execution.
Oh, I love
what they did with Thanos, love the idea, hate the way they executed it. And what they did with Loki, in particular, is what's going to determine for me how Loki moves forward in the future is going to determine for me whether or not I feel like that movie works or not. I'm just saying I'm holding judgment.
You've totally forgotten one thing.
Which one?
All of this movie
Yeah.
set up the Disney Plus.
Yeah.
The multiverses?
Right.
That was literally all just for one reason. Disney told them, hey, we would really like if we can get 10 or 15 shows out of the MCU.
Yeah.
And they said, cool, we'll do multi-universe.
Right,
And
that's
then,
fine, but how? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just saying I'm just not there yet. I haven't
I'm there.
Yeah, I'm glad you are. It doesn't make logical sense to me. And the scene where the Hulk talks about how it's not like Back to the Future, it's not like this.
Yeah, because that was about erasing what actually happens. This one's about what actually happens, and it creates a new universe.
Right, but then also, I watched this is super nerd, you ready? Mm-hmm. I watched this interview with the Russo brothers, and they were asking him questions. They were asking them questions about, does Captain America exist more than once on one timeline? In other words, when he went back to the past, right, to 1960 or whatever,
1972,
and lived with Agent Carter, there was a moment in time where there were multiple Captain Americas all at once, and they asked the Russos that question, and they were like, yes, which totally dispels their entire argument about a multiverse. It means that there's only one timeline, and if there's only one timeline, then when Thanos left 12 to go to 24, that means 19 never happened. And it means everything that happened in
Infinity War never happened.
Never happened. And so I'm just saying how they handle Loki is going to determine for me whether or not I'm down with this whole thing.
Okay. The way that they're going to do it, it's going to be another universe.
It's going to tick me right off.
Off of the scene that, like where he stole it and then they had to, where he stole it.
I know.
I'm telling you that's happening.
And I'm just telling you, I'm going to write a letter to someone. Because this doesn't work for me.
You are like, I'm going to be completely honest. This is sort of getting me a bit mad. Because I'm explaining it to you and you're saying, no.
We need to write it on paper and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because I've had multiple arguments with multiple nerd friends of mine who have shown me what they think that the Marvel Universe is doing. And then I bring up these 3 or 4 examples and they go, what? Yeah, I guess. And which means that it's imperfect and they don't have it figured out and it's not cool. All right, let's move on.
Wait, no, we can't move on. No.
Why?
Because you're forgetting one giant thing.
What?
The screenwriters, which is the real thing.
Yeah.
They wrote the script.
The Russos.
No, the Russos are the directors.
Yeah.
The screenwriters is a group of people.
Yeah.
They did multiverse theory.
Uh-huh.
The Russos did not.
That's okay. It's their job to explain it. They're the directors. Okay,
well, what I'm telling you is the screenwriters say multiverse. That's what matters. The Russos, they don't do Marvel anymore. They're gone.
I understand. But what I'm telling you is I don't buy into the idea of multiverse.
You don't understand.
No, I understand it. I don't agree with it.
Why?
It doesn't make logical sense.
No, it does, because of multiverse, we can have these cool storylines. And, there's so many storylines from the comics that they can do now with multiverse.
But it also means that there are no consequences. There's no consequences to anything.
Well,
so all I'm saying, though, is if at any point anybody can go back in time and create a new multiverse, then so what if you kill me? So what if I die? All you got to do is go back 35 seconds and pull me away into a different dimension, and now there's no consequences.
I don't think they're ever going to do that again, though.
Well,
because they're not going to have the Iron Man technology to rebuild it.
You mean the Ant-Man?
No, the Iron Man, because Iron Man had the plans, and Iron Man's dead now.
But the Hulk isn't. The Hulk created that machine.
No, he didn't.
Professor,
Iron Man did.
The Iron Man came up with the concept. The Hulk created the machine.
No.
And then Dr. Pym's particles is what powers going back and forth in time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They still have the machine.
Okay. Well...
And guess what? If they don't have the machine, all they gotta do is go back in time and get the machine.
They can't go back in time. The machine's not there.
So there's only one time.
If you remember...
So now you're telling me what I'm saying. There's only one timeline.
No. What I'm saying is the whole building got destroyed. There's no time machine.
Hulk knows how to build it.
Hulk does not know how to build it. Iron Man had the plan.
Yeah.
Hulk does not have the plan.
It was on a hard drive. They saved it on a hard drive. Don't worry about it, okay?
You're unbearable.
It's in the cloud.
You're unbearable.
It's in the cloud, man.
You're unbearable.
Tim Cook knows where it is.
Oh my goodness, you're unbearable. I just can't.
So anyway, all I'm saying is, as we get further down the road with future Marvel endeavors, I will determine whether or not I think Avengers Endgame was a 10 out of 10, because I agree with you that there's pieces of it that I go, gosh, that was amazing. It was either a 10 out of 10 or like a 4 out of 10.
I agree with you. There was parts where it wasn't amazing, but you're looking at, for me, I don't look at it as Avengers Endgame as a film, because you can't look at it, because it's a sequel. It's a sequel to 21 other films.
Yeah.
So I look at it as a moving experience.
Sure.
So from that, I think it's a 10.
The experience was 10 out of 10. Like when Captain America picks up Thor's hammer.
I could not, I couldn't hear the line afterwards.
P.S. I've never seen you cry as much as you cried in that movie.
There was, 4 or 5 drops.
Dude, no. 4 or 5 occasions in which 4 or 5 drops came out. Yeah. Every time I looked over at you, you were crying.
No.
It didn't tell the world the truth. You cried like a baby in that movie.
You're so lying right now.
Tell the truth.
You're lying.
I'm not afraid to admit it. I cried 4 times in that movie.
I cried, but I didn't cry 4 or 5 times. I cried 3 times.
You cried. It was dusty in the theater. Okay.
No, it was the ladies by us that were crying.
They were very selfish with their Kleenex.
They were.
I can't believe you bring 2 boxes of Kleenex and you see 2 grown men sitting next to you crying and you won't give anybody any Kleenex. I kept looking at her going, and she's like, no, not for you today. It was just rude. They brought blankets and Kleenex and didn't share either. I said, I'm getting cold. Can I get in that blanket?
Yo, they had a plan. They knew it was 3 hours.
They knew what was coming. I think they were peeing in a cup too. Okay, so that's all the movies that we've seen that were worth mentioning. Let's talk about TV. Mm-hmm. One TV show that you and I have really, and the whole family has really enjoyed this year is American Idol. Mm-hmm. Wow, has American Idol been good this year?
I know. I've never been able to sit through a full season, and I'm 1 episode away from doing it for the first time.
Yeah. And so tomorrow night is the finale. Mm-hmm. Gosh,
do we want to do bets on who we got?
I have to tell you, tomorrow night is going to be very difficult for me. Because we got American Idol finale. Right?
And isn't it the Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones finale. Barry finale.
Ooh.
Something else. Oh, Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Oh my goodness!
I'm
Are
sorry.
we sleeping tonight?
I'm not watching Money in the Bank tomorrow night.
I'm watching American Idol and then I have finals the next day.
I mean, tell me what happened on Monday.
I'll get the Money in the Bank the next day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's crazy how much is going on tomorrow night. It's not cool, man.
I feel like they were like, man, they stacked this night.
And there's an NBA playoff game tomorrow
There's
night,
also
too.
the NBA playoff game.
I mean, what are we doing?
Dude, I feel bad for ratings for all those shows.
People who are addicted to Twitter, they're going to be like, you can't watch all of those things all at once, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this is live. They have recordings.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot.
So who's in the top 3? I know Alejandro. That's our guy.
Alejandro.
Maddie.
Is
it Madison? Is her
Madison
name?
Vandenberg. And then Lane Hardy.
Lane. Now, Lane Hardy is from Livingston, Louisiana, where we lived for a year and a half. Yeah. And
Mommy grew up.
And did you know that our family went to, on the Go Home show?
Yeah, they had like a big show. Yeah, like everybody from Dunham was all there. Like,
oh, really?
All my Dunham friends that
cool.
I'm still in contact with.
Well, I know Wyatt and Madeline went, and I think they had like VIP tickets or something, so they got to go see Lane. They partied with a Hardy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're out here partying with a Hardy. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll see them on TV tomorrow night. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still have Alejandro.
You're picking Alejandro? Are you picking Alejandro or are you pulling for Alejandro?
Picking.
You can't pick him. You're going to be very disappointed. He's not going to win it.
He's definitely going to win.
Okay. Lane's going to win.
I think for me, I'm pretty sure Madison's going to win. Just because she's the best singer.
She's a good singer. She wasn't the best singer on the show. Jeremiah was the best singer on the show.
But now that she's the best singer left, that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah. Alejandro's the best artist that they've ever had on American Idol.
I feel like he'll be the most successful from
He's not a good singer.
He's not that good at singing.
But his guitar work and piano work is like otherworldly.
If you just stare at him while he's playing, your jaw will drop.
So if you're listening to this and you've like tuned out from American Idol and you've been like you're kind of over American Idol, I get it. It's like 112 seasons or whatever. Man, seriously, go on YouTube and type in Alejandro American Idol audition, and it will blow you away. Like, I promise it will. It was so he is special, special, special. And my predictions have been as follows. Number 1, Jeremiah will win a Tony, which is what you win on Broadway.
Yeah, definitely.
He will win a Tony for certain, and he will, in the next 3 to 5 years, he will sing at the Grammys. That dude's voice is special. That's my 2 predictions. And then the third is, at some point, Alejandro will be a household name. Like, he'll be like Drake, Kanye. Like, everyone, when you won't even have to say his last name. You just say Alejandro, and everybody will know who you're talking about. Mm-hmm. That's my other third prediction from this show.
I would agree.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like he's going to be, like, part of those songs, like that DJ Khaled does, where he's, like, 6-7 different artists.
Another one.
It's, like, 6-7 different artists, and it's all one song.
Yeah.
He did, like, a full album of it a couple days ago.
Yeah.
That dropped.
It's awesome.
It was so good. So, like, I feel like he's going to get his huge break on one of those.
That'd be cool to have him on a Khaled song, Khaled record.
I feel like that's going to be something that he does.
Yeah. Okay, so that's TV. A kind of TV, sports, but we'll put it in this category. WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. WrestleMania came and went since we've been gone. Since we've been gone! It came and went. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about it. What do you remember from WrestleMania this year?
Really good. Kofi Kingston won. That's all I care about.
Kofi won. Yep. World champ.
And then Becky Lynch won in a not-so-good main event.
Becky, 2 belts.
Did you hear about her, like, they were, like, saying stuff on Raw last week about how she's dating Seth Rollins now?
Yeah. So what?
I just, like, I don't know why you have to say that on your show.
Are you already over Becky 2 belts?
I am.
You're over Becky.
I still like Becky, but I think she's a better chaser than actual.
Do you stand for Charlotte?
No.
You don't?
No.
Who's your girl?
I don't have one right now.
Really?
I had Becky, and then since she's got the titles, she's not been my favorite.
What's this other girl from Raw that's fighting Becky Sunday night?
Lacey.
Lacey. Oh.
I don't like her.
No?
Her character's weird.
You like Mandy Rose. I see that look in your eyes. Let me tell you something, listeners. Justice Fike likes blondes. Pure and simple. Mm-hmm. You always have. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. What else from WrestleMania? You know what I remember from WrestleMania?
The Miz Shane spot?
No. I remember it being 43 hours long.
I didn't.
I remember it starting at like 2 in the morning and ending at like 11:45 p.m. That's what I remember about WrestleMania.
Started at 4 p.m. ended at 1:30 a.m.
What the heck? I can't do it, Vince. I can't do it.
That's why we have AEW.
You know what else I remember about WrestleMania?
What?
NXT TakeOver was better than WrestleMania. Hot take.
It's not a hot take. That happens every year, every time.
Not really.
It
was better. It was better.
It was, and everybody knows it's better.
Okay.
That's why people are gonna like the new contender.
This is
TNT.
This is going to be something that will be hotly debated between Justice and I. There's a new league, a new wrestling organization called All Elite Wrestling (AEW). It was founded and created by Dustin Rhodes, and if you kind of, that name sounds familiar, his daddy was Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, baby.
It wasn't Dustin, it was Cody, but.
Oh, you're right. Cody Rhodes is the one who started AEW, and at their first big pay-per-view,
it's going to be Dustin versus Cody.
He's fighting his brother, the Rhodes brothers.
So if you have the Bleacher Report app, watch BR Live on May 25th.
Is that free?
It's free, I'm pretty sure.
BR Live is free?
I don't know if it's free or not, but I just know the show's on BR Live May 25th.
Yeah.
If you just want to see if you're gonna like it or not, just give it a try.
The reason it's a big deal is because it's been about 15 or 20 years, 95, 96, since WWE has had any competition. The last major wrestling organization besides WWE to really kind of give it a run for its money was WCW. And that company kind of went out of business, and Vince McMahon ultimately, I think, bought the company and then kind of ran it into the ground on purpose. And so for the last 15, 20 years, all there's been is WWE. And, I mean, Impact, but nobody watched that.
Nobody cares.
And New Japan, but that's not an American deal.
New Japan is, big, smart me.
Right. And so this league, AEW, which I really don't like the name.
All Elite Wrestling?
I think it's hard to say. I think AEW is hard to say. I think All Elite is hard to say.
Well, I think the reason they went with that is because their first pay-per-view was All In.
Yeah.
And they wanted to go with the All, and then they have a YouTube channel that they do a weekly show on called The Elite.
Yeah.
So they were doing All.
I just think if they named it Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Or something like that.
You can't do the 3-letter abbreviation.
I don't know why you need it.
I don't know. I feel like that's just something in wrestling that I feel like that's something you need for a
You have to have 3 letters.
3 or 4.
That's silly. But anyway, so they just announced this week that they're going to be on TNT. And so...
starting October.
Weekly?
Weekly.
Monday nights?
Tuesdays.
Oh, that's good.
Because SmackDown's moving to Fridays.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, all right. So I told Justice we'll DVR it, but I can't imagine that that's something that I'm going to watch every week. That's something that he definitely will. So anyway, that's coming out.
I feel like you're going to secretly like it.
Secretly. That's the truth. I won't ever tell anybody if I do like it. So WrestleMania was really, really good, but really, really long.
It was good, long, and definitely not as good as TakeOver.
That's the truth. Okay, good. Okay, here's some stuff in sports that we haven't covered since we've been gone. Okay. Number one, how about those Tigers? LSU basketball made it to the Sweet 16 this year
and lost the champion.
Without a head coach.
Without our head coach. So.
Yeah.
And then, sadly, 2 of our big players are leaving, but 1 staying.
Michigan State won it all?
Michigan State won it all.
So is that right?
It was either them or Texas Tech. Who cares?
No, it was Michigan State. That was the final, Michigan State Tech. I totally tuned out after we lost.
I didn't.
And my bracket was so busted, I just was like, I can't even look at this. But the Tigers went to the Sweet 16. We went undefeated on the road in the SEC this year. And they tried to take our coach from us. But we won that battle.
And now that we got him back, I think we're going to be good. But Memphis is a sleeper, the contender this year.
Yeah. What was crazy was Joe Oliva, who was the athletic director for LSU, was the one who decided to suspend our coach, Will Wade. And then whenever they reinstated him, 2 days later, Oliva steps down. Come on, dog. And then a day later after that, the new guy, Scott Woodward, who is a Catholic High graduate from Baton Rouge, Yeah, he went to Catholic High in Baton Rouge. He left Texas A&M, where he had done a really good job, to become our AD. And I just think happy days are here again. I think it's time for a parade in the streets. I think LSU is about to be about that life. I think you're gonna hear the name LSU Tigers ring out in these streets.
Yo, don't be saying this right now, but we have a chance of making the college football playoff. But it all matters. The second week of the season,
right,
we play Texas.
Woo!
All of you Texas fans, if you say a word to me about this game, I'm gonna go crazy.
They're gonna talk to you about it. Big deal.
No, I mean like if once we win, like.
Why would they talk trash to you after we win?
Because they're gonna come up with some excuse.
Oh yeah, the ref screwed us or whatever. Don't talk to us about the ref screwing us. We went through 7 overtimes with A&M, okay?
Oh, the A&M people at my school still talk about it. I'm like, we beat you 7 years in a row.
Yeah, relax.
You beat us once. It took you 7 overtimes.
Okay, so then the second thing I want to talk about that we didn't cover because we've been off for so long is my Nuggets. The Nuggets.
I wanted to help you out on that one, but like I didn't know when you were gonna come.
Nuggets. Man, gosh, I lost a bet with Jay Felker. I know you're listening to this, Felker. We did a bet before the playoffs even started. 3 weeks before the playoffs, I told him, "Hey, bruh, you see my Nuggets, don't you?" Because he's a big Thunder fan. I said, "You see my Nuggets?" And he was like, "Your Nuggets aren't any good." And I go, "Bruh, my Nuggets are better than your Thunder." He goes, "No." And I said, "I guarantee you that my Nuggets are going to be in the Western Conference Finals."
You should have said they would have gotten farther than the Thunder.
Well, everybody knows that. And he said, "All right, I bet you lunch." So now I have to take him to lunch. I know, Felker, I'm taking you to lunch. But man, we went to 2 Game 7s. We had the second best record in the Western Conference. And they were the
youngest playoff team ever.
The youngest playoff team in the history of the NBA. And I just think the future is bright, which is also a song that you could download by a band called Fike. The song
really good.
It's you know what I'm saying? Shout out to a band called Fike, where you can download a song called "The Future Is Bright." It was prophetic.
They also have like 4 or 5 other albums that you should definitely check out.
They're so good.
Oh, you should also check out their former work at Fike and Dana. You can find those on Spotify and Apple Music.
You know what I'm saying? It's out there, people. We're deep in these streets. Anyway, so man, I was really proud of the Nuggets. And I'm really excited to see what happens with them in the offseason, see what kind of moves they make.
It's going to be really interesting because we have a big team option, $31 million for Paul Millsap. And if we say no, we'll probably go after some other great players like Al Horford.
Yeah, Al Horford.
That's the big one that you really like.
What do you think about Randall from the Pelicans?
He's a restricted... No, is he restricted? Yeah, he's restricted free agent, so there's a low chance we can get him.
Wouldn't it be good though?
I like him
because they're not going to need him now.
They don't need him.
Right. Okay.
We would have to overpay him though.
NBA playoffs. Anything exciting to talk about with the NBA playoffs? We haven't talked about it.
Not really.
Except for the Nuggets.
I've tuned out since we lost. To be honest, because it's just so boring. With Bucks are annihilating. And then the Warriors are annihilating.
Yeah.
It's like proving they don't need Durant, and that's scary because I would prefer if they don't keep
Was
Durant.
there a game tonight? We're recording this on Saturday night.
Last time I checked, it was 47-36 Blazers beating the Warriors, but as we saw a couple nights ago, that doesn't matter since they can come back 16 points in the second quarter. Yeah.
82-79 Warriors right now into the third quarter. So if they win this game, it's kind of over, right?
My prediction was Warriors in 4. So.
But did Durant play tonight?
No, he's out for 3 and 4.
Oh, wow.
So he's going to return for the finals.
Okay, next thing we didn't cover because we've been off since we've been is the NFL draft. My brother, NFL draft.
Oh, my goodness. How did we miss out on this? Yo, the night of the first draft, or the first night, I was so mad.
Dude, you were hot.
I was so angry.
Because y'all picked a tight end.
Not only that, We traded down from getting Devin Bush,
Right.
the second best linebacker,
Oh, no.
who will easily be a generational talent along with Devin White.
Easily.
Those two names, I can guarantee you, Devin White and Devin Bush will go down all time as top 10 linebackers.
It's tragedy.
And honestly, it was so annoying. But luckily, we ended up with 3 first-round talents in Dalton Reisner, who was our second-round pick, Drew Lock, our second-round pick, and Noah Fant, who's pretty much just going to get all the receptions because Joe Flacco can't throw it past 20 yards.
Flacco does love a tight end.
I am excited to see Flacco fail.
Fail?
Yeah.
Why? Because you want to see the other kid get up there?
No, I just don't like Flacco.
Why?
I can't like Flacco.
He's got a great neck. You ever notice? You ever just look at him sometimes?
No,
like, look at the neck on that guy.
Matt Ryan has the best neck.
Matt Ryan's got a neck.
Matt Ryan, best neck.
I think Flacco and Ryan have some necks.
They have best necks.
I mean, they could see everything.
Yo, but
You know who else had a neck like that? Was Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, he did.
What a neck on that guy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just jealous because I don't have much of a neck. So when I see people that have a neck, I'm like, look at that neck. You don't ever think about stuff like that?
No.
All the time, man. That's what I think about. God, look at the neck on that guy.
No, but as I was saying, I cannot get over Joe Flacco beating us in overtime to get to
Oh, you're going to have to. He's your guy now.
No, he's not.
He's the
Drew
prince.
Lock's my guy.
He's the prince that was
Drew
promised.
Lock's my guy.
You're going to have to trust in the...
I hope he leaves after 1 year so I can see Drew Lock.
How many years is his contract?
How many until we can release him?
Well, something just happened. I guess you just don't know about the mute button. That's like the third time this podcast.
It's second, and I put it on silent earlier, but then it didn't work.
You are rusty, my G.
I am.
Okay, so NFL draft, you give your Broncos a what?
We recovered really well. We got 3 first-round talents. I would give us a B+.
Okay. Who had the best draft? Who had the worst draft?
Worst draft, Raiders.
Why do you say that?
You reach for a defensive end when you could have got Josh Allen and Clelin Ferrell, who's good, but he's not the 4th overall pick. Then with your second one, you pick Josh Jacobs. When you know the rule is you do not draft a running back in the first round unless he's a generational talent.
Wow.
You do not draft a running back. It's simple. And then the third pick, I don't even know who he is. They had 3 first-round picks, and only one of them can be good.
Yeah.
I think Clelin Ferrell can be good. I think Josh Jacobs can be decent, but I haven't seen enough of him since he was third in rushing yards for Alabama. He's unproven. He should not have been taken in the first round, and I disagree with that pick. A close second, goodness gracious, Giants. You got the Duke guy, you just didn't get the right one. Because they got Daniel Jones out of Duke.
Yeah.
And then they got it wasn't even Christian Wilkins. He went to Miami. They got the 3rd best Clemson defensive tackle that was available. So it was just, and then they got a cornerback who wasn't greedy and who wasn't the other good one.
Yeah.
So it was just like, man.
So who had the best draft?
Best draft. I don't think there is a best draft. I think there's a couple great ones.
I'll tell you who has the best draft.
Who?
Tampa Bay. Because they got the best player. My man, Devin White. Coming down that old country road. What's that song?
Okay.
The Old Town Road?
Yeah.
That is the Devin White song, man.
It really is.
Yeah. All right. NBA lottery. Wow. Shocking turn of events.
I was expecting them to have to trade AD for that pick.
Yeah, let's talk about what happened. So the teams that had the highest chance of getting the number 1 pick were Phoenix, New York, and Memphis. I think Memphis was the other.
Cleveland. Cleveland was 3rd. Memphis was 8th. But the big thing about this is the year that the rule change happened.
Oh yeah,
where the top 3 teams
they flattened it out
14%.
Yeah,
and this really smells like, even though I can't smell, like the end of tanking. It sounds like maybe you want to get that 4 to 8 range. That's where you might want to be.
I really don't understand. Like in every other league, if you're the worst team, you get the first pick. Like I don't know why the NBA doesn't do that.
Because the NBA is the league where tanking is like a thing. Because, Sam Hinkie...
People tank in the NFL, too.
Yeah, but, Sam Hinkie really popularized tanking. So, I can feel because of Sam Hinkie and what he did, it was brilliant for the time to tank for draft picks, just try and go for draft picks.
Yeah,
it was really genius, but it wasn't good for the league. So the league stepped in, and the league decided this is bad. I don't want this, and that's why. And then you can go back to the '80s, and David Stern, or whatever his name was, wanted certain teams to get the picks.
Yeah.
So the easiest way to do it was through a lottery.
Wow. So New Orleans ends up with the number 1 pick, which is interesting because there was all that drama during the season between New Orleans and Los Angeles. Los Angeles has the 4th pick. New York has the 3rd pick. Now, do you think that the Pelicans will trade AD for the 3rd or 4th pick and some assets, either to New York or Los Angeles? Or do you think they'll go into the season with Zion and AD? And what do you think they should do? What will they do? What should they do?
What I think is going to happen is a trade between the Knicks for Kevin Knox, that pick, and a couple other assets. But what I think they should happen most definitely, because Cam Reddish will be great. RJ Barrett will be great. But you need to go get somebody who will immediately help Zion. You can't be getting this RJ Barrett. Oh, great. You need to get someone better than RJ, because RJ is not going to want to play. He does not want to play in Zion's shadow. I can guarantee you that. You know who will be somebody that can really help, though?
Who?
Jason Tatum.
Wow.
Go get Jason Tatum. Go get a first-round pick, because they have the 14th pick. And go get a couple second-rounders, and then throw in some salary, whatever. And that's all you need. I feel like that's the best type of trade.
You got to give me more than Jason Tatum for AD, bruh.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and a first-round pick. I feel like that's good.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I'd do that trade. I think I would. We were talking the other day about the Lakers. I would take the number 4 pick and any combination, 2 out of 3, of the following players. What's his name? Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and Kyle Kuzma.
Well, you're forgetting Brandon Ingram has the blood clot. Lonzo has played just as many games as he's played injured.
Right.
So he's had as many injured games as he's played.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Kuzma, I don't know how much
Man, don't talk to me about no Kyle Kuzma.
Okay, so...
Never lost. Give me Alonzo Ball. Never lost. Never frosted. Never with the frost.
But as I was saying, there's the 4th pick. Oh, it's the 4th pick. Sounds great. I disagree. The 4th pick this year, there's the most massive drop-off you can have between RJ Barrett, a great player, a player that could go number 1, and then Darius Garland.
We'll see.
Do you even know what school Darius Garland went to?
No, I don't.
He went to Vanderbilt. You know what record Vanderbilt had?
Oh, wasn't he injured a lot? Didn't he? He kind of had the same kind of thing as our guy that we drafted last year.
No, it wasn't that. He played. He played most of the games, and they didn't win a single game in SEC play.
Well, it's sure going to be interesting to see what happens.
There's a huge gap, and then you could be like, oh, let's go with Jared Valdir, the kid out of Virginia. Well, he played in a great system, unless you have a great system, which the Lakers don't, and certainly the Pelicans don't.
Yeah.
I don't see it working. And then you go to the Texas Tech kid. Same situation. I don't think it's going to work unless you have a great system like the Spurs.
Okay.
I don't see a way you would want to trade for that 4th pick.
But
it's either the 3rd pick or the 3rd
pick. See, but that's what I hear when you say the 3rd pick or the 14th pick. If you're telling me the 4th pick is so bad, why would I want the 14th?
Because once it gets to that range from 3rd to almost 20, there's a huge amount of not great players, but good players. So I'm saying at 14, you can get a bowl, who can be really good.
Bowl. What about Taco? Can I get Taco?
Taco's going to be a mid to early second round pick.
Oh, really? So I could probably get him at 14.
Yeah.
I just want Taco on my team, you know what I'm saying?
I would love if Taco was a Nugget, because I think that would work.
I wish he would get married to a woman who was named, like, Regina Bell. And she said, I need you to take my last name.
Taco Bell.
I just wish that would happen. You know what I'm saying? She's just a strong personality. And she said to him, look, if we're going to get married, you're going to take my last name. And he said, maybe I can't be called no Taco Bell. They can't be running around here saying, come on, Taco Bell. Open till 3 a.m. I can't be doing this. Anyway. All right. All right, man. Let's talk about what's coming up this summer just real briefly, and then we'll get out of here. There are a list of pretty good movies that are coming out. I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 movies that are coming out this summer. And doesn't matter my opinion. I'm going to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10 your level of excitement about each of these movies. Not what you think. I think this movie is going to be great, or I think this movie is going to be terrible. But your level of excitement for these movies. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Godzilla.
8.
Okay. Why?
The last Godzilla movie, the big thing was we saw Godzilla 2 times. I need to see Godzilla in this film, otherwise I'm just done.
Okay. Second movie, Aladdin.
0.
I wish you could see his face when he said it. Because it was there was no emotion. It was just 0. Okay, 0 for Aladdin. How about Lion King?
4.
A 4, okay. Do you know about Rocket Man?
I have no idea.
It's a movie about Elton John.
Oh, this one.
It's a biopic.
I'll give it a 5 because I'm interested.
Okay.
But I'm not excited.
How about this movie called Yesterday? Have you heard about this one?
No.
Okay, you gotta see the preview for this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's gonna be this. I think it might be the sleeper movie of the year. Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna make a bunch of money if people find out about it, and I think people are gonna love it. It's here's what it is. Randomly, for some reason, this singer-songwriter.
Oh, that one.
Okay, singer-songwriter is like trying to make a career, and then something happens in a snap. Thanos, probably. And all of the world totally, for whatever reason, forgets entirely about the entire catalog of Beatles songs.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for this one. I was like, oh, that looks cool.
And so he randomly, for some reason, is playing a Beatles song because he remembers them on piano or something. And his girlfriend is like, what is that? That's incredible. And she's like, tears in her eyes because it's so good. And he's like, you don't know this song? So when did you write it? Anyway, so then he becomes the biggest pop star of the world because he's using all these Beatles songs, and it's totally working for him. And so anyway, that's my 10. That's my 10 movie of
That's your
the summer.
10?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6, because if you're interested, I'm interested.
Yeah. Okay, X-Men Dark Phoenix.
I've never seen an X-Men movie, other than DP.
Maybe we should you and me should do a full week of X-Men, go back into the catalog and watch them all.
I just don't ever want to watch the X-Men Wolverine Origins.
That one wasn't really good, but Days of Future Past was cool. They do some timeline stuff that I have quibbles with. Okay, Men in Black International.
Never seen a Men in Black movie. Super excited.
Really?
I'll give it a 9.
Why?
It looks cool.
Okay.
It has Chris Hemsworth, and then what's her name that played the girl from Ragnarok.
Right.
So.
Okay. Toy Story 4.
4?
You give it a 4. Spider-Man Far From Home.
9, 10.
Yeah. And what we think will probably be the movie of the summer, Hobbs and Shaw.
10.
That's a 10.
11, 12.
Yeah.
50.
That movie's going to kick
100.
all kinds of tail. That movie's going to rule.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be the best thing to come out of wrestling this year.
Well, you can't. Well, I guess because Roman Reigns is in it.
honestly, it's going to be the best thing that comes out of wrestling.
Yeah. So we will cover all of those movies this summer. I'm going to make you see Aladdin. Okay? I can show you the world. You're going to see Aladdin.
I'm gonna look at Will Smith as the genie. I'm just gonna be depressed.
You're going to love it. Don't worry about it. And some of these movies
I've actually never seen the original Lion King.
Oh.
So, I don't know. That's why I gave
That's
it
not
4.
true. That's not true. You have seen it. And let me tell you guys a story about Justice. When he first saw Lion King, he said to me, Dad, I didn't know that Africa was in America.
What?
I said, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, all throughout the song they're singing about Pennsylvania, the states of America. I was like, what did you just say? And he said, Pennsylvania. I said, you are a plumb fool. You know it? You are a plumb fool. And so you did see it when you were a kid. You saw Lion King.
I never remembered it until you started singing Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Dude, you're funny. All right, so man, it's been another great episode of the Fike Club. Gosh, we really desperately want to be the kind of people that live up to our word and give you a Fike Club episode every week this summer. There's going to be 2 weeks for sure that we won't. There's 1 week we're going to Colorado. So all of our Colorado friends, we're coming the last week of June. We're going to be playing. We're going to be leading worship at both Vanguard and at Calvary Worship Center. So you can check us out if you're there. And then 1 week in early August, when your mom and I are celebrating, can you believe this, our 20th wedding anniversary.
We can pre-record some episodes.
20th wedding anniversary. Can you believe that she has stuck with me for 20 years? That
Honestly, yes, because of how bad she talks about you when you go off to play tennis.
That's how she puts up with it. She just verbally processes it.
She verbally processes it to me. She's like,
oh my goodness, I can't believe they went off to play tennis.
Hey, listen, you don't get these rock hard abs. Anyway.
Did you just say you had rock hard abs?
They're underneath. I have a layer of protection that I hold to protect the abs. I don't want them to get hurt.
I think you replace the A with an F, and there you go.
Oh, rock hard fabs.
Flabs.
Oh, that's a FL.
Sorry.
Rock hard flabs.
I don't know how to spell.
Well, that's hurtful, but that's okay. See, that's the kind of relationship we have here in 2019. A father and a son.
So for my project in Spanish, this was our final. I put yo soy gordo. And what that means is I am fat.
That's your level of Spanish that you know?
No. I'll show you the whole project later.
Yo soy gordo.
It was great. I got so many cheap laughs.
That's
wonderful.
Good. That's good. Listen, what we need from you guys, this would be super helpful as we close this episode up. We need new questions for the question game. We're going to get back to our format next week where we do boss moves and we do the movie of the week and we do the Stroop Award and we do the question game. We know that that's all stuff that everybody loves, but this week we just wanted to hit this since we've been gone. But what you can do for us is you can get us a new crop of questions. 3 or 4 questions. Email us at thefikeclub@gmail.com. You can tweet us at the Fike Club. You can Instagram us at the Fike Club. But we need questions. Any kind of random, would you rather this or that? What do you think about this? What was your favorite that? Who's going to win Game of Thrones? P.S. I'm going to tell you right now, my prediction for Game of Thrones, if you care at all, is that 2 things. Number 1, Arya will kill Dany. Number 2, Gendry will be the king on the throne. I'm recording this the night before. Gendry Baratheon will be the king on the Iron Throne, or there will be no throne. That's my prediction.
Who's Arya and who's a Daniel?
That's right. Don't worry about any of this.
Why is there a throne?
Only grown folk know what I'm talking about right now. If you're watching Game of Thrones, young people don't watch it. You're not ready for this level. Anyway. So yeah, give us your questions, give us your thoughts, tweet us, email us, contact us. We want to hear from you. Thank you so much for being patient with us all year and for coming back and being a part of our family. We love you. We'll see you next time. Peace.